in the properties panel, if you just go to your transform, this is like your typical transform in After Effects. If I move my position Y, I can move my puppet up into the screen a little bit more. Okay, so let's go ahead and export this. So we are going to go to File, Export, and you're going to see that we have a lot of options here. You're going to export video with alpha. We need to have an alpha channel embedded into this video file so that it shows transparency in After Effects. So I'm going to go ahead and choose video with alpha via media encoder. I'm going to go ahead and save that to my desktop, and I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and then that should prompt your media encoder to come up here. So it says it's a QuickTime type file if you're on a PC. I don't know what the native is for PC. Also, just FYI, as you're going through all this, if you run into any hiccups at all, it's okay. I don't want you to stress too much about this. Not everything has to work perfectly. So if you have to just export this and your transparency isn't working, that's okay. It's just that if you go into one of our large scale projects and you need to use transparency out of Character Animator and into After Effects, let me know. I will help you out. Okay, so this is going to desktop. We've got our alpha channel embedded there, so I'm going to go ahead and render this out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and minimize encoder. I am going to come over to Character Animator. I'm going to hide that. And I'm going to go ahead and launch After Effects. My video file is here, exported. So if I open that up, I'm going to see my lemon here floating in space. And hopefully, if everything goes correctly, I'll have a transparency. Okay, so in After Effects, I'm going to go ahead and go to New Comp. I'm going to just leave this at 1080 by 1080. Let's say that whatever I'm producing today is for social media or something, or I need a square. I don't know how long that was, but I think I'll do 20 seconds. I think that'll kind of cover it. And I don't need this window. Thank you, After Effects. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and import my lemon video with alpha channel. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that down to my timeline, and there you go. You can see that we've got our lemon in here with transparency. It's fitting really nicely in this square. And so like I said, this is really good for like you already have your motion design project going. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and add a solid. Looks like I was using purple on the last color that I chose, so that's fine. And then I'm going to add another solid. So let's just pretend like these two solid layers are, oh, I see. I did not mean to choose that. Okay, I just need a different color is all. How about pink? Okay, so I'm going to pretend like these two solids are like, like two different scenes or two different, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Command Z. So now I can bring ooh, that is a really bright pink. I do not recommend using these two colors together unless you are trying to look like a lightning bolt on a screen. But anyways, you can see it's good to have the flexibility of being able to export your puppet with transparency and bring it in and be able to composite it over whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to the render queue. Make sure I put that to desktop. This is lemon. And I'm going to go ahead and render that out. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and launch Premiere. Now, normally, so with the After Effects, I'm done with it. I'm not going to save my After Effects project. I'm just going to make sure my video came out okay. Because you really don't want to have too many applications open at once. Like, it's not really great for your computer, especially if you're low on space or it's an older processor. Your computer is going to start getting mad at you. So, okay, cool. That video is fine. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to quit After Effects. I personally am not going to save this, although if you're working on a major project, you are going to want to save it. I'm going to quit Character Animator because I know I'm done with that, and I'm going to go ahead and quit Encoder as well. And so now I've got Premiere open, and we're going to go ahead and stitch together these two videos. Now they have different aspect ratios, so that's going to affect how it looks on my screen. Just going to call this Stitch, and it's going to go on my desktop, but not in a folder because I'm going to throw this stuff away right after the tutorial. So desktop, perfect. And that's it. Okay, so go ahead and create this. All right. So there's, as you know, different ways to bring your stuff into Premiere, but I'm going to drag and drop it today for fun. So I'm going to drag and drop my media over here. I'm going to let the robot clip be the indicator of the sequence settings since it's the larger of the two of the clips. So bring the robot down, drag my lemon, drop the lemon. And then I'm going to edit these down a little bit, right? Because this is ultimately like a workflow of a larger scale motion design project, which we'll get into towards the end of the term. But I need to edit this down because I've got some awkward blank space, the before and after each clip. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this down. Get rid of those awkward pauses. I guess my lemon clip has like a whole amount of time where I'm not talking and I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Maybe my record button was going longer than I thought. But anyways, I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so let's go ahead and you can go to File, Export Media, or Command M. And then this is going to be, I'll just call this character. And you can leave it at match source H.264. Make sure audio's toggled on. We're going to go ahead and export this. Ooh, except we need this to go to the desktop because I need to be able to find it. Okay, export. So we've stitched together two videos, and this is what you will turn in for the tutorial. As always, you can use your preferred platform. Hey there. You can use YouTube, Google Drive, Vimeo, whatever you want to do. Make sure your permissions are set correctly though. Make sure I have permission to view your submission. I really appreciate it. So I wanted to show you guys how to manipulate your puppet in Photoshop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to use this lemon puppet that was downloaded. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Character Animator and get that opened back up. Okay, so with your puppet opened up in Character Animator, I'm in the Pro interface. If you go to Edit, and you go to Edit Original, you're going to see this opening up the puppet in Adobe Photoshop. And what is cool about this actually shows you the entire nuts and bolts of a particular puppet. So I'm just going to take my layer panel and open that up. So look at all of the different layers, and it's showing us everything right now. Like you can see the hearts and the question marks, but there's a whole lot going on here. So I just want to do something super obvious. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on this necessarily, but let's look at, so here's the head. And you can shut off visibility to see exactly what this is affecting. Oh, here's the clay. Okay, here's the clay ball. So I'm going to manipulate this because this is really obvious, and it'll make an impact pretty quickly. So on this lemon layer, if I wanted to paint, so what's cool about this is you could, if you wanted, you could totally delete this entire lemon, or like if you wanted to change the style of it. So I'm going to come over here and choose my eraser. And I am just going to erase this entire lemon. I must have a weird brush chosen for my eraser or something. Okay, so the lemon's gone, and I'm going to recreate the puppet in my own vision. So I'm going to choose a different color. Let's say that I want this lemon to be more like a pink something. I'm going to come over, I don't know what brush I have chosen here. Let's do the ultimate pencil. So I'm just going to make a circle like that, and then I'll fill it in with my, there we go, my paint bucket. I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And then let's say I want to come in and paint some blue stripes or something on this puppet. So, you know, if I wanted to change this to a donut, it kind of looks like a donut, so that's coming to mind, or a different type of animal, you can see you can use this face. You could come in and manipulate these arms and legs. Now, is it a lot of work? Well, yes, it is. But if you're into illustration and animation and character animation, this is a really cool, easy way to manipulate what's going on. So I think if we come in here and we hit save, I think that's how it will update the puppet in here. There we go. So now the puppet is updated. Pretty cool, right? So that's a real easy way to just get into Photoshop and make your own custom puppets, or you can just change parts of them. Like, you know, like legs and arms are pretty generic, right? So again, I could just turn my lemon puppet into a donut pretty easy in my own style. And yeah, super cool. If you're into this stuff, this is a wonderful tool. So I hope you all got some ideas for your motion design work. Okay, well, that's it for the introduction to Character Animator.